In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you tech recommendations that are not the Google Pixel devices. Let's get right into it. Okay, so I am going to jump right into this. I have 4 items that I'm going to be sharing in today's video that I do generally recommend. I'm not going to go into a full review of all 4 of these items, but if you are interested in a deep dive on any of these, do let me know. I can absolutely do a follow-up video on that. And I will just say that while there are only 4 products that I'm going to be sharing in today's video, I have plenty more tech items that are not Google Pixel related that I can recommend. So I think I'm going to be making a series out of this, and I think you all might really appreciate it because there are some unconventional things that I have that are techie that I think are useful, and I feel like I don't share them enough, so I'm hoping that this series will end up being helpful. But anyway, I said I was going to jump right into it, so I'm just going to jump right into it, starting with something that I think a lot of people will have questions about. So I highly encourage the comments, by the way, if you do want more info on this. But these are my headphones. These are the Sony XM4 headphones. As you can see, I have it in like this neutral type of color. I thought they were going to be a lot more beige than they are, but they're more of like a dirty gray kind of color. But I still absolutely love them, and I 100% recommend them. These are my go-to headphones. I don't own a pair of any other headphones. I did have Pixel Buds, but I gave them to my husband, Ian, so he uses those whenever he uses them. He doesn't use headphones that frequently, but I do, especially when I'm outside gardening. If I'm working, I like to listen to podcasts, or I take meetings on this when I'm exercising, working out, things like that, meal prepping, honestly. And these have been incredible. I haven't had any issues with them. Well, I've had some connectivity type of issues, but I don't think it's the headphones' fault. But overall, I absolutely love these. These are super noise canceling, and I don't know, they're incredible. They were well worth the price because I feel like I will never have to purchase another pair of headphones ever, I hope. So yeah, absolutely love these, 100% recommend. All of the things I'm going to be talking about, I recommend, so I should probably stop being repetitive right there from the start. But the next item is a little bit unconventional, probably, and it might look random to you. It also looks a little dirty, but that's just the nature of this item. This is a desktop vacuum. Now, you might be wondering or thinking to yourself, that is a silly tech item to have. It's probably going to be useless at the end of the day, but I promise you that I use this every single day, without a doubt, especially in my office. One, because I have a lot of allergies, and so dust is a no-no. I need to have a really clean space, so that's why I use this daily. But also, I have cats, and so their hair is all over the place, their dander's all over the place. It's just really useful for picking up really tiny bits of stuff like that. And yes, it does capture things like dander, even though it kind of has like a large bottom here. It has bristles, so it does efficiently pick up stuff, and if you have to scrub a little bit, it actually works well as well. It keeps all of the dust inside, and I've never had any issues, to be honest with you. Like I said, I use this every single day. I use this in my workspace area for the most part, like on top of my desks. I use it to kind of vacuum my laptop by the keyboard and stuff like that, and anything of the sort, and it gets a lot of use. It lasts a really long time. I think I charge this once every several months. So while it may seem like an unimportant thing, you'll start to notice how dirty your desktop can get. Also, if you're like an artist and you have a lot of eraser pieces all over the place, you'll start to notice that this is actually very useful, and it has proven to be extremely useful. Bought it once at a very affordable price, and now I use it so often. Okay, the next item is a brand new item on my list, or a brand new item in my life actually, but I can already recommend it because it has been probably the best experience I've ever had when it comes to a printer. Now, if you know anything about printers, owning printers, I don't know what it is, but the printer experience is just always a negative one for me. I'm always raging, I'm always pissed off, I'm always annoyed about one thing or the other when it comes to printers, and this is the first printer that I've ever owned that hasn't given me that much of a headache, and it's an unconventional printer. So this printer is obviously tiny, it's lightweight, and it has It prints using its own kind of like thermal ink. I'm pretty sure it's thermal ink. And so it's got like an ink cartridge in it. Well, I don't think there's an ink cartridge. It uses like thermal ink, so there's not really ink, so you don't need to buy cartridges to replace or anything like that, which is very cost effective, very affordable, budget friendly. And so because it uses thermal ink, it uses a special kind of paper that takes or accepts the thermal ink. So if that is not an issue for you, which by the way, the paper is, it reminds me of receipt paper, but obviously not tiny. It prints out a large piece, like a standard size of paper, depending on what you print. If that's not an issue for you, this I 110% recommend having, just to have. I ship a lot of things. I mail out a lot of things. So most of the time I'm using this to print out labels. I've printed out receipts. I've printed out invoices using this. And I feel like if you're kind of like a basic type of printer, if you need to just get quick things printed out that don't need to be on fancy paper, or if it's not being handed in as a report or anything like that, this is going to be so freaking helpful for you. Now, not only is it lightweight, convenient, you don't have to replace the ink cartridges or anything like that, but I do not have any connectivity issues with this. Not a single bit. I plug it in, I press the button, I press print, it works. I've never had an issue with that, and that is usually my biggest issue when it comes to printers. So as you can tell, I love this thing so much. I've only owned it for maybe a month, but I have put it to a lot of use and it has yet to fail me. So I will love and cherish this thing for as long as it works. And then the last item on my list is an item that I've had for many years. I've had this item since 2019, I believe, and it is still going strong. It has yet to disappoint me, it has yet to fail me or break down over the years. It's my tried and true camera, and while admittedly I don't use this for YouTube anymore, it is still really useful to have for other things or for emergencies when I can't use my phone to do a video. But it is my 4K DSLR camera. This is the Panasonic Lumix 4K. I don't know all of the other technical codes when it comes to it, but it is linked on my Amazon storefront always. Once again, I purchased this in 2019. I think in 2019 it was relatively new. I think it was maybe like 6 months, so pretty brand new. And it's a hefty price, but once again, it has yet to fail me. It's your standard 4K camera. It is pretty lightweight. It's not super lightweight, so I wouldn't say it's like a vlogging kind of camera, but I usually use a tripod attached to this. It has that universal thing at the bottom there, and it works really well. It takes great photos. I've used this for events, for photo taking. It takes great video, obviously. It does video in 4K, and it kind of has like that natural blurring effect, so it makes things look a lot more it looks more cinematic, basically. And so I really love this thing. I will never get rid of it. I will never replace it so long as it works. And yeah, it does the job really well. Obviously, you can attach all the things that you want to it. I have a mic attached to it. This doesn't come with it. You can also attach it to probably any tripod, because tripods are pretty universal when it comes to this attachment here. You can attach all the other things. You can connect a lot of things. Like I said, I've used this for an event, and I was able to attach like a button clicker so that I can take photos from far for this said event. So you can do things like that. Like I said, you can take photos on this as well. It's not just a video camera, and of course you can attach, detach, add your own kind of lens to it and all that good stuff. So just a standard camera, but a really solid one, a really good one. So if you're looking for one that is more budget friendly, because this one is an older model compared to things that people are recommending nowadays that are newer and probably way more expensive, this is solid. I highly recommend it. If you look back at videos before 2024, most of my videos are filmed on this, or have been filmed on this. So if you want some reference videos on that, you can definitely check that out. But yeah, this is also really helpful for, short form type of videos. I have done reels and TikToks on this as well. But that is my short little video of 4 product recommendations. Once again, it's only 4, and I only really quickly went through the main things that I like about them. But if you're interested in hearing deep dives on any of these products, I am happy to do like a pros and cons video, similar to what I do with my Google Pixel 8 Pro and older type of videos. So yeah, just let me know. And the reason why I only did 4 products right now is because I was looking to even this out nicely and do 5, but I cannot find the 5th product. But once again, I'm going to be doing a series like this, and I have so many other tech products that are a little bit more unconventional or a little bit underground. It's not the type of products that you always hear about online. So if you're interested in that type of content, be sure to subscribe, because I will be definitely doing more videos like this. I also appreciate the tech audience that comes back over and over again to check out my Google Pixel videos, so I felt like I can add a little bit more variation when it comes to tech stuff and not only talk about the Google Pixel devices, because you know, I'm really limited to 2 devices throughout the year. I only really get the watch and the phone, and sometimes I probably won't get the watch. So wanted to add some more stuff to the channel, but thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Let me know if any of these items are interesting to you. I will have them all linked below, and as well as on my Amazon storefront. If you like any of these particular products and you own them yourself, definitely let me know. I know a lot of people have the Sony XM4s or the Sony XM5s, and they absolutely love both of them. I've yet to see a bad review of either of them. So yeah, just let me know your thoughts, but I will talk to you in next week's video.